The earliest part of Mark Leonard's childhood has been erased. The memories might still be there, but the physical landmarks, the house in which he grew up, the adjacent brownstones, and the car-cluttered cobblestone streets, well, they disappeared more than half a century ago. Leonard grew up in Albany at 93 Park Avenue, which was part of the neighborhood that disappeared. 98 acres of real estate bought up, bulldozed, and rebuilt into the Empire State Plaza under the auspices of eminent domain, which meant 7,000 residents had to move out.
It was overwhelming, a sense of powerlessness. We didn't have the ability to stop anything or do anything. There was no such thing as protesting the government yet. You know, the Vietnam War hadn't happened.
What was happening was urban renewal. It was a shared vision by then-Governor Nelson Rockefeller and Albany Mayor Erastus Corning. It meant that 3 days before Christmas in 1964, Mark Leonard, along with his mother and his two sisters, had to take one last walk through their neighborhood. They were one of the last families to leave. Do you remember the sentiment, the overriding emotions of your parents at the time?
Yeah, it's sadness. They had grown up within a very small radius. My dad from lower in the South End, but my mom was just blocks away. Her whole world was, you know, it was so church and school and children oriented, and the park, Lincoln Park, you did everything within a couple blocks.
The state hired photographers to snap up pictures to make sure homeowners and business owners were paid fair value for their property. What they didn't realize at the time was that they were documenting history.
The real value of the photographs is to show how people actually lived in 1962 in this area. They're really remarkable documents in that sense.
Albany history professor David Hochfelder has been studying the 98 acres phenomenon, and he's now planning to create a website and eventually publish a book of photo essays.
In a larger sense, this is an important project, we think, because Albany's story is a national story. Urban renewal happened in every northeastern and midwestern city at around the same time. And we think this is a model that other researchers in other cities can adopt to reconstruct neighborhoods lost to urban renewal.
Images of Albany's lost neighborhood include Minnie Weinstein in her kitchen on Orr Place, a fatigued boarding house resident on Hudson Avenue, Palumbi's Hotel and Restaurant, Hunter's Pharmacy, Major's Barbershop, and more. Mark Leonard remembers.
The story of the people, the Weinsteins, the Mogilinskis, the Horn family down the street, the Kennys, the Kellys. It's the people. It's about the people we lost in a sense, and reconnecting with those people. Everybody seemed to land on their feet, but sometimes you didn't know where they landed on their feet or how they landed on their feet, or if.
In summing up what happened on these 98 acres, Professor David Hochfelder stated, history isn't only about what important people do, it's about what ordinary people go through. Was it really worth it to demolish 1,200 buildings and displace more than 7,000 ordinary people for the sake of this modern monolithic government center? 50 years later, history holds the answer. In Albany, Dan Levy, News Channel 13.